We're just having a friendly chat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't always know what we're doing. We're getting there, don't worry about it. Huh? Right. Okay. I didn't even want to do the song. But I felt compelled because, you know, next year is the 50th anniversary of the Woodstock Festival. I'm trying to remember the first one. It's hard enough. I mean, I remember some things. But if it hadn't been for the movie, I wouldn't remember a lot. I remember, though, because it was in the spring of 1969, I had bought a new car. And guys remember that stuff. And I had bought a brand new Checker. They used to use them for taxis in some of the big cities because you could fit entire families in one car. I miss that. And I figured if that was true, I could put the whole band in that thing. So I went out and bought a brand new Checker, and sure enough, it was me and all of my guitars and all my stuff, you know, and a guy with a big double bass back in those days and all of his stuff, another guy with a full set of drums and all of his stuff, another guitar player and all of his guitars and all of his stuff, and their girlfriends and all their stuff, and we hadn't even opened the trunk yet. And we went to Woodstock like that. But we got most of the way there, but then the traffic got so bad, it just came to a dead standstill. Everybody got out and started walking, but we had all the stuff. And so they rerouted us to some motel, and they were picking us up in a helicopter to fly us into the site. I remember that. And it was me and Richie Havens, some others. And we got into this chopper, and the thing took off, and the door stayed open. And no matter how high we went, there were people as far as the eye could see in every direction. And in the chopper with us was 2 New York State troopers, one on either side of the open door. And on one side was a big John Wayne kind of guy, and on the other was a little Barney Fife kind of guy. And they was both looking down, they're saying it was us. And I remember the big one looked at the little one and said, "There's a lot of hippies down there." The little one said, "Yeah." And the big one said, I bet they're doing lots of illegal stuff. And the little one said, "Yeah." And the first one said, "Well, I'm not going down there. Nothing, are you?" The little one said, "No." That's when I realized we were going to have a pretty good time at that festival. I was not mistaken. I got there on the first day of that 3-day event. And I remember because I thought I had the first evening off. I thought I was going to play on the second day. I don't know where I got that, but that was what was in my head. And so I remember I walked out on this big field while people were playing and stuff, you know, just hanging out, looking around, and it was mud and rain, total catastrophes of all kinds. And eventually, you know, I ended up doing what everybody else is doing. And so I had a serious case of the munchies. I needed to get something to eat, something to drink. There was nothing. So I thought, okay, I'll go backstage. So I walked backstage, and they didn't have nothing there either. All they had backstage was 147 cases of champagne they're saving for the end of the event. By the end of the first evening, that was gone. And I don't remember how many cases I was personally responsible for. But between that and the other stuff we was doing that day, it came as a surprise when somebody come up and said, "Arlo, you got to play now, man." I said, "I can't play now, man. I'm not even here now, man. I'm coming tomorrow." They said, "No, you're here now, man. You got to play now, man." I said, "I can't play now, man. I can't walk now, man." They said, "We don't care about that. Richie Haven's been up playing for hours. There's nobody else. You got to play now, man." So I grabbed my big 12-string guitar, And I walked out on this huge stage. And in the middle of that big stage, they had a circular stage built right in. So that while the guys in front was playing, you could set guys up behind them. And when they were done playing up front, just twist the stage around, not be wasting time breaking down the first band, setting up the second one. It was a great idea. I mean, it didn't work, but it's a great idea. And in the middle of the circular stage, they had this big hole for all the cables and mic lines, wires, all that stuff. They didn't tell me about the hole. I wasn't looking for the hole. I'm looking at more people I knew I'd ever see again in my life at one time. And I was looking at them like you could back then, each one individually. That's when I remember falling through time and space. And the most unbelievable thing happened. I moved through the molecular structure of the wood itself. And I rematerialized on the other side of the stage, completely intact. That's my memory of it.